Hello, everyone. I was supposed to have a countdown, but it doesn't look like it's going to go all the way down. So I'm coming on a little bit ahead of time. Wanted to give everyone a chance to get on before I came on, but the countdown is not working today. So we're going to keep it moving. My name is Pat Johnson, and I am the owner of Scriptural by Page A. Today's segment is going to be on faith tiles or tiles related to faith. And we're going to hear a couple of testimonies today. A special guest is going to be a millennial who is going to be sharing his testimony of faith as well. So hopefully we can get through this broadcast without any technical difficulties, which I've been having for the last couple of weeks. I'm still working on it, but I think it's getting a little better. Again, my name is Pat Johnson. I am the owner of Scriptural by Page A, and we make a variety of coasters, plaques, trivets, and clocks embellished with inspirational quotes and uplifting verses. The first testimony today is going to be mine. And I just wanted to share a little story with you because my whole business is, the premise of my whole business is based on my faith and trust in God. I did not know at my age and my stage in life that I would have a small business, but God had other plans. And one day when I was sitting on my sofa reading my scriptures from my journal that I just absolutely love, Jesus Calling, and I was reading a passage on talent. And just like yesterday, I can remember God speaking to my spirit, and He just resonated and said, "You know what? You need to get up off of that sofa, and you need to use your talents to glorify me." And I have been an art teacher for 36 years, and I love working with my hands, and I just love design. And I said, "Oh, Lord, what am I going to do? I know you're speaking to my spirit, and I hear you loud and clear, but what am I going to do?" And I just pondered and pondered, but because I had this journal, I had journaled, oh my goodness, so many verses that I knew that I wanted to spread God's word by using his verses that He had planted in my spirit and in my heart. I just wanted to do something with those. So I talked to my niece, and she helped me along because she made t-shirts, and I wanted to do something with words. So I God just put people in your life, and when you're following His lead, He will just show you which way to go. So I talked to my niece. She said, "Aunt Pat, you need this, this, and this if you want to do this, this, and this." And I said, "Okay." And I got whatever she told me to get, and the machines and everything. And I began to teach myself how to make verses. And the rest is history. As you can see on my website, I have coasters, plaques, trivets, and clocks with very inspirational verses and all kinds of scripts and embellishments. And I'm just in awe of how God works. Did not know that they were going to be on tiles because when I got the revelation of God, I did not know. I knew I wanted words, but I didn't know what they were going to go on. Under my steps in my lower level were tiles. And I said, "Well, you know what? Let me just try a little bit of this on tiles." And as you can see, Script to Tiles by Page A was born. I guess you say, what does Page A mean? It stands for Pat, P-A, and J-E, Jesus, Page A. And that has been, we've been partners ever since. So I just wanted to share that little testimony. I'm going to continue to trust Him and follow His lead. He is in front of me, and he's leading and guiding me, and I am trusting him. And I have faith that he will show me the direction that I need to go in. So I am going to share another testimony with you. But before we do, I'm going to show you a few of my products. As I said, I make coasters, plaques, trivets, and clocks, and a faith. And this is one of the plaques that I make. It's a hexagon plaque. You can use it as a plaque. It comes with a easel, and you can put it in the easel. Do I have that right? And you can sit it in an entryway table or on your kitchen counter. And you can also use it as a trivet. The letters will not come off. They're permanently adhered to the towel. And you can use it in a dinner setting, putting it on a table. Makes a great conversation piece. So it has a dual purpose. And I also have it in a smaller, I call trivet. This little trivet is 6 by 6 inches. The hexagon was 8 by 10, so it's much bigger. But this is a 6 by 6 trivet. It has the same verse. You can also use it for hot bowls and hot cups. I have one by my bedside where I go to bed at night. I might have a cup of tea, and I can put it right on this to protect my furnishings. So I use it as a jumbo coaster set or a trivet, or it can be used also as a plaque to sit on your kitchen counter. One thing I want to say about my easels is they're adjustable. So they come with the trivets. So if you have a short trivet, you can make it adjustable by pulling down the adjustable easel, and it will sit on your kitchen counter. Okay, so I have that as well. Now, without further ado, I'd like to bring on another guest for my show today. He is a millennial, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. Let me see how I'm going to, there we go. Okay. Oh, it would help if I turned the sound on, right?
Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher Stewart. Patricia Johnson's actually my grandmother. And I just wanted to share a quick story about how having faith in God and trusting His timing, His process, and even His timeline has truly blessed my life and put me exactly where I wanted to be. So, about 2 years ago, in 2019, I was living in Pennsylvania and making that commute to Maryland to grow at my church home, New Psalmist Baptist Church. I was involved in men's classes, discipleship. So I'm down Baltimore about 2 days, 3 days a week, just for classes and really trying to grow as a man of God. So I'm praying to God, the classes, when I finish them, I'm driving back up to Pennsylvania, working an overnight shift job at a pharmaceutical lab from like 10 at night to 8 in the morning. So I'm praying and just asking God, I'm really trying to make this transition, God. Is there something that I can be doing? I want to submit these applications and resume, but I just need you to move right now because, a lot of my experience is in pharmaceutical, but everything I'm coming across is medical related, is in the hospital. So it's like, not sure how much that translates over, but I'm trusting you, God. I'm trusting that if you want me here, if you want me to continue to grow and be closer to my church home, get involved in community. I really was looking forward to getting involved with Red Cross in Maryland. It'll happen. I trust it. I'm just going to continue to do what you've told me to do, which is, take care of what I'm doing in my current job, and it'll work out. And come to find out, later that year in 2019, around like October of that year, I got offered a position at MedStar Good Samaritan Hospital. So I'm working here now. I'm growing. I love it here. And the way God just orchestrates things in your life, everything's close. I'm close to the gym, 15 minutes away from my condo. I have a beautiful condo that God blessed me with. I'm 15 minutes from the job, 15 minutes from my church, and 15 minutes from the gym. So, as I just put my faith and my trust in God that He would work it out, it just blew my mind. It really did, and I'm just so blessed to be close to family and to all the things that are most important to me. And I just continue to trust God in bigger things in my life with promotions and, on this path to become a minister. So I'm just so thankful and grateful that God takes care of those who love Him.
Okay. All right. That was my grandson. He didn't get a chance to introduce himself because of some technical difficulties, but you know what? We kept it moving, and I hope you heard his testimony. It was beautiful, and I hope you were inspired by it because he is one of a kind. He is one of a kind, and I love him very much. But his testimony really struck a chord in my heart. And I'm just praying for him, and especially as God is using him in the ministry. So I'm going to continue with a few more of my items that I have. I'd like to share my Scriptural Coaster Set next. 4 coasters and of faith, trusting God with all thy trust in the Lord, Proverbs 3:5. And we know we must trust God in order to have faith in Him. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. It's the second coaster set in this set. And in order to serve the Lord, you have to have faith and trust Him. The third one is I can do all things through Christ. And we know that when we trust God and He gives us the provisions, He will see us through. So I can do all things through Christ. And the final one is be still and know that I am God. And in order to trust Him, we have to really be still and listen to His voice to know what He's telling us to do. So these 4 coasters come in a set with a holder. And these are my marble coasters. And these are quite heavy, but the coaster set, the holder is done very, 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 very well, very strong. It's been glued and nailed because we knew that it had to hold these nice, heavy marble coasters. We also sell them in the ceramic coasters as well. And they're not quite as heavy, and they're ceramic. They have the same scriptural verses in them as well. So these are found on my website. All of the products that you see today are my featured products on my website. So when you go on my website, you'll see all of these as my featured products. You see something that you like, just click on it and order it, and we will have it ready for you and shipped out to you. Another product that we have are clocks. This is let your faith be bigger than your fear. A lot of times we are afraid to do things, but we have to have more faith than fear. So this is put on a clock in a blue. It's very pretty. It also hangs on the wall as well, or you could sit it in one of my adjustable easels that comes with it. Okay. And another clock that I have that I'd like to share is this one. Faith is not believing that God can, it's knowing that He will. And faith is the substance of those things hoped for and the evidence of things that are not seen. So we are believing even though we can't see it. But we know that if we have the faith that it will be achieved. So faith is believing that God can, and it's knowing it's Faith is not believing that God can, but it's knowing that He will. Okay. I wanted to get that straight. Is this the final one? Okay, a couple more. I have this one I use as my desk plaque, and it comes with a little pen. You can put the pen right there. So it's I call it my little desk plaque. It sits on a desk. On my website, I have it along with several other scriptural verses, but I wanted to show this one because we were talking about faith. So I can do all things through Christ. That means that in order for us to believe that, we have to trust Him and that He will give us the strength to do whatever we need to do. But we have to trust Him and have faith in Him. Okay, a couple of more. Faith, again, is not believing that God can, it's knowing that He will. This is a plaque, a hexagon. It's much smaller than the other one that you saw. So this is nice on a kitchen counter. Let me pull it up a little bit closer so you can see it. Okay. All right. And okay, this is the last one. For we live by faith and not by sight. Another hexagon, much bigger plaque for the dinner table. Or a plaque to sit in an easel, and a trivet for the dinner table, I should say. But for we live by faith and not by sight. Again, faith is knowing that God is going to do it even though we don't see it. Okay, so this ends my segment on my trivets, clocks, coasters, and plaques related to faith. I hope you saw something that inspired you. Keep me in mind for the gift giving for the holidays. These are very unique items and they make great, great gifts, especially for those people who need some inspiration or going through, and also those people that are hard to shop for, that have everything. So I know they don't have something that I'm just showing you now. So keep me in mind for the holidays, and I will be back with you in 2 weeks for Gift Away Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm glad we got through this segment. Thank you again. Bye-bye.